Hello everybody, JGC Anime here, and today we are going to be reviewing Attack on Titan Season 3. Man, it's been a while since I've made an Attack on Titan video, and that's mainly because of the reason that no one seems to really want my reviews on Attack on Titan, because, you know, Season 4 is the one that everyone wants to talk about, but I won't be talking about Season 4 until the second half comes out, because it's pretty rare I do that. I think Mushoku Tensei was my only exception as a show. I think that's the only time I've ever taken a second half and I'm planning to make its own review, but this one is going to be talking about just that, Attack on Titan Season 3. I'll talk about Season 4 at a later time when, you know, the second half comes out in 2022. But yeah, let's just hop right into this. So, this will contain spoilers from the previous season, so if you want to avoid spoilers from Seasons 1 or 2, click off now, because this will be containing those spoilers. So now, without further ado, let's just hop right into this. So, story summary. So after being kidnapped twice, Eren is now just with the group. Everything's just completely out of the ordinary now. And now, for some reason, out of nowhere, suddenly the group's in a cabin in this season, and they're training the Titans, and then suddenly everyone's turning against the group that Eren works with, and now they're going against humans. They have guns now, apparently, or not guns, but you know, they have more powerful weapons now. I think they do have guns, but yeah. And basically, this season's like humans against humans at the start. They do eventually go back to Titans against humans, which is way better. But yeah, that's how this storyline follows. But yeah, let's just hop right into this. So, what I liked, action was pretty good. What I liked and disliked, the action was pretty good. I liked the action in this season. It was really solid. I really enjoyed a lot of aspects of the action in this show. And there's just some, honestly, Levi's just so cool. I was trying not to say the other word, but I think Levi is just definitely the strongest aspect of this season. And he's a pretty strong aspect in Season 4 as well, but he just shows how strong he truly is. Because just that, he's a great character. And honestly, I don't care what people say. His shout in the English dub, like, can I know it was terrible, but yeah, his shout in the English dub is fantastic. I watched the English dub of Attack on Titan. Don't judge me, you sub-elitists. But yeah, I didn't. There are a few things I dislike, like the time skip. Like, I know I've said in previous reviews, if this comes out before the review I mentioned it in, that I'm fine with time skips, but sometimes I'm not, and this was one of those times where I wasn't okay with the time skip. I was kind of confused. Like, suddenly the humans were their enemies, and they were trying to kill him, and then suddenly Eren is gonna have to do this and that, and it's a confusing process. And that I struggled to follow at first, but eventually understood it. One thing I definitely would say I disliked was the opening for the first half of Season 4. That's 3, Season 3. Why do I say that? It's not a bad song. I think it's a good song. The problem is it didn't fit with the aesthetic of Attack on Titan. Some people think it's like the best opening, when it's really, it's not. It's really not. If we were watching like a chill, relaxing slice of life anime, then this song would work really well. Or if it's just like your everyday, like if it was an ED, it would work. But for Attack on Titan, you hear the Sasageyo, Sasageyo, suddenly going like a fallen angel. It just doesn't fit. Like, for a show that's meant to have like these action-packed, heavy openings, suddenly going like calm, peaceful, relaxing little Beatles. It just doesn't fit. I can never accept this as an Attack on Titan opening. I can only accept it as a song. I just don't like it as an Attack on Titan opening. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work. I don't like it. I don't like it. They fixed it in the second half with a decently good opening that I definitely think was fitted a lot better. But we don't need to talk about that because this isn't about the openings, it's endings, it's about the seasons themselves. So, spoiler-free thoughts. Overall, the story actually was pretty solid. Well, again, the opening ruined a lot of episodes for me because there's like these super dramatic moments and then suddenly they go into this peaceful music. I actually really like the story of both halves. Both halves do have pretty solid stories, which I can go over a bit more about those in the spoiler section, but I think these have some pretty solid stories. Both halves of this season are really good. But we can talk about this more in the spoiler section, so here's a timestamp to when the spoiler section comes on. And yeah, if you have seen Attack on Titan Season 3, I'd recommend sticking around to hear my spoilers so you can agree or disagree, whatever you want. I'm happy to talk to people in the comments. But if you haven't seen it, you're fine with skipping. But if you have seen it, I do recommend sticking around because, you know, you may want to start a conversation with me. I reply to comments from time to time, usually if it gets my attention. But yeah, let's just talk about this. So, yeah, I can't talk. What I mean by that is, let's count down from 5 and spoiler section enters. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're entering the spoiler section. So, there are some aspects I don't like, as I mentioned, the human fighting human aspect. I thought it was a decent idea, but the way it was executed felt so out of nowhere, in my opinion, that I couldn't really follow it at first. Like, when they suddenly were fighting humans, I was just like, oh, okay. But as things rolled along, they got more interesting. Like how Eren was apparently not meant to have the Titan that he possesses, and it was meant to be given to a completely different character. I think her name is Historia, and yeah, the whole concept is really interesting. While I definitely feel like her was like foster dad or just a type of dad becoming a Titan felt like a bit of a heavy leap. I definitely still think that it was an interesting concept to introduce the idea that Titans aren't just things that poof out of thin air. They're actual human beings. That was a really interesting exploration. I thought it was really cool that they explored the idea about how Titans work, how everything's passed along, how things with the Titans just play out. I thought that was really solid this season. And I'm not the first one to admit, or I might be. I generally thought that when they had to pick between Erwin and Armin, because in the second half, both of them are doomed to die if they don't become Titans, and basically what happened to Eren, if they didn't get that injected, I really thought they were gonna pick Erwin, and the reason I think that's his right name, and the reason I thought this was because I thought I saw a spoiler. That's where there was this picture saying all humans in their Titan forms, and it showed a picture of Erwin as a Titan. So when they picked Armin, I was actually slightly surprised. Not too surprised, but slightly surprised. So that slightly caught me off guard, but other than that, it was really interesting, especially when they explained what was beyond the walls, and it was a pretty good lead up into season 4. I definitely think a lot of this was really solid, and overall, I had a pretty good time. Again, first opening, I don't care what people say, it sucks as an Attack on Titan opening. As an opening in general, it works, but as an Attack on Titan opening, it's not good. I don't think it's the best opening. As in terms of weakness, it's number 1 on the worst opening list of Attack on Titan openings, lowest on the bottom of top favorites, and I definitely can't stand it. Second opening feels a lot like the first 2 openings, season 1 and the first 3 openings, season 1, OP 1 and 2, and season 2's OP. I think that it worked, but it definitely felt like something was missing. But I still had a good time with that opening, and it definitely fit the aesthetic a lot more. And I definitely enjoyed the Titans fighting humans. But season 4 has shown that fighting Titans and humans fighting and stuff can work. I definitely feel like things definitely escalated in this season, especially with the fact that Armin became the Colossal Titan after eating Bertold, which I thought was even more interesting. And all in all, I definitely had a decently good time with this season. While I definitely don't think it was good as season 2, I still had a pretty good time with it, and it set things up great for season 4. So we're at the conclusion now. And trying to discuss all this, I'd have to say it's a decent season. Do I love every single aspect? No. But I still had a pretty good time, and I definitely think it was a strong follow-up to season 2. Not better than season 2, but a strong follow-up. And that's why I'd probably have to rate this season a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty good season as a general season, and I definitely don't regret watching it. And if I ever did watch Attack on Titan, I wouldn't regret clicking on this one. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. I always welcome new anime fans to the channel. And I try to upload these reviews weekly, so if you like these reviews, you can easily just tune in. Who knows, I might upload a review that you like. And if you want to discuss some stuff in the comments with me, let me know. I'm willing to look at the comments at least 3% of the time. That's a joke. I try to respond if I can. And let me know your thoughts. Thank you all for listening, and I shall see you all around. Peace.